Are you over 60? Here's how American Superagers are building muscle, boosting energy, and outperforming their younger counterparts. You might be surprised to learn that by the time you turn 60, your muscle mass may have declined by as much as half compared to your younger years. Sarcopenia is a devastating condition that robs millions of their independence globally. Over 50 million older adults are impacted. Each year, weak muscles lead to falls that hospitalize more than 300,000 seniors. Shocking discovery. This is where things get astonishing. Research in the Journal of Physiology debunks the belief that drastic muscle loss is inevitable. Many individuals in their 70s possess strength, function, and looks of those much younger. Most struggle with simple activities like rising from a chair or using stairs. Yet, some remain fully independent into their 90s and outperform much younger adults in strength evaluations. They're also still hiking and enjoying sports. Call to action. If you found value in this content, be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss more informative health videos just like this one. The trade secret. So what exactly is the secret behind their extraordinary strength? Amazingly, 93% of older adults don't realize that certain daily habits can dramatically slow down or even reverse muscle loss caused by aging. But experts at the Mayo Clinic have uncovered these crucial habits. Unfortunately, many physicians never inform their senior patients about the most effective way to rebuild muscle mass well into their 70s and 80s. In fact, research from Harvard Medical School shows that what actually preserves strength during aging often goes against common medical advice. Preview. Keep reading closely, because the first habit is probably something you're doing wrong every single day. This common mistake is accelerating muscle loss by switching on harmful genes that would otherwise stay dormant. Just correcting this one issue might determine whether you stay active and independent in your later years or become reliant on others for help. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so we can continue bringing you empowering health information. And let us know in the comments, where are you watching from today? Okay, let's dive right into it. Habit 1. Resistance exercise that builds over time. What sets remarkably strong 60-year-olds apart from their peers? According to leading scientists at Tufts University, it's a habit that works like a biological anti-aging drug. Resistance training that builds progressively over time. While most older adults are told to stay active, few are educated on the critical truth that muscles require increasing challenge to maintain size and strength. The principle is simple: use it and improve it, or lose it. Unlike long, light workouts, Superagers emphasize short, intense resistance sessions. Research shows just 2 weeks of high-intensity resistance training to the point of failure brings more gains than 5 weeks of moderate effort. The key is reaching transient muscle failure, where you can't perform another repetition with proper form. This moment sparks a muscle-building signal lasting up to 72 hours. Superagers prefer compound exercises, squats, presses, deadlifts, and rows, modified for joint health. These multi-joint moves activate more muscle and hormones than isolated ones. They also record progress using the method of progressive overload, lifting more weight, doing more reps, or increasing time under tension gradually. One overlooked technique they embrace is eccentric training, slow, controlled lowering of weight, which builds strength with less joint strain. This is especially helpful for aging bodies. Even those who start late experience profound results. A 12-week study showed seniors gained 3.3 pounds of muscle and increased strength by 35%, along with better blood sugar control, bone density, and cognitive health. Contrary to outdated fears, skipping resistance training increases the risk of fragility and dependence. Begin slowly, ideally with professional guidance, and aim for at least 2 30-minute sessions a week. The rewards are significant and life-changing. Habit 2. Preserve neuromuscular connections. Muscle atrophy isn't just about shrinking fibers. It often begins with the weakening of neuromuscular junctions, the crucial communication bridges between the brain and muscles. After the age of 60, these junctions begin to degrade at a noticeably faster pace, which can impair muscle activation regardless of how much protein or exercise one gets. The result is a growing disconnect between intention and action. Your brain may be telling your body to move, but the signal doesn't get through effectively. To counter this, Superagers incorporate activities that stimulate both the mind and the body. Coordination-based exercises like Tai Chi, dancing, tennis, or ping pong are especially effective. These types of movement demand precision, timing, and feedback from the nervous system, which in turn reinforces the neural pathways that control muscle activation. Unlike simple walking or repetitive gym machines, these exercises force the brain to learn, adapt, and refine how it communicates with the body. A landmark study showed that seniors who engaged in coordination-based training retained neuromuscular function 31% better than those who only performed conventional strength exercises. This difference can mean the ability to prevent falls, catch yourself when you trip, or maintain the dexterity needed for daily tasks. In addition to movement-based interventions, Superagers support their nervous system with specific neuroprotective nutrients. Alpha-lipoic acid and acetyl L-carnitine help reduce oxidative stress on nerve cells, while advanced forms of vitamin B1, like benfotiamine and huperzine, help preserve and enhance the production of acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter responsible for triggering muscle contractions. Without enough acetylcholine, even strong muscles won't function optimally. They also incorporate breathing techniques such as box breathing, inhaling for 4 counts, holding for 4, exhaling for 4, and holding again for 4. This method activates the vagus nerve, which plays a central role in parasympathetic nervous system activity and neuromuscular coordination. Just 5 minutes of this practice daily can boost neuromuscular signaling by up to 15%. Equally important is mental stimulation. Engaging in cognitively demanding tasks such as playing chess, solving puzzles, learning a new language, or participating in strategy games strengthens the same neural circuits involved in muscle activation. Columbia University researchers found that mentally active seniors retain significantly more neuromuscular control, thanks to enhanced neuroplasticity and resilience. Together, these approaches form a comprehensive strategy to preserve the neural command centers of your muscles, keeping your body responsive, balanced, and agile far into advanced age. Habit 3. Daily micronutrient focus. While macronutrients like protein, carbohydrates, and fats often steal the spotlight in discussions about nutrition, micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, and cofactors are the unsung heroes of muscle health, particularly in aging bodies. These tiny compounds don't just support bodily functions. They enable the repair, activation, and preservation of muscle tissue, especially under the stress of aging. Superagers are meticulous about their micronutrient intake, understanding that even minor deficiencies can lead to weakness, fatigue, and poor muscle response. Among the most critical is magnesium. Dubbed the forgotten electrolyte, magnesium supports over 300 enzymatic reactions tied to muscle contraction, energy production, and recovery. Despite its importance, more than 70% of seniors have below optimal levels. Those who meet their magnesium needs demonstrate up to 30% stronger grip strength and significantly better performance in physical assessments. Creatine is another highly effective yet underutilized supplement among older adults. Long associated with bodybuilding, creatine has profound benefits for seniors. Just 3 to 5 grams per day has been shown to enhance muscle mass, boost strength, and even sharpen memory and cognitive function. It works by increasing the availability of ATP, the energy currency of muscle cells, especially during brief bursts of activity like standing up or climbing stairs. Vitamin B12 is also vital. but absorption drops dramatically with age due to reduced stomach acid production. Compounding the issue, common medications like metformin and antacids further deplete B12 levels. Superagers choose methylated B12, methylcobalamin, a bioavailable form that bypasses absorption issues and directly supports nerve health, muscle energy, and DNA repair. They also pay close attention to trace minerals such as zinc, selenium, and chromium. Zinc is essential for immune resilience and protein synthesis. Selenium acts as an antioxidant protecting muscle cells, and chromium aids insulin sensitivity, allowing for better nutrient delivery to muscle tissue. A Tufts University study found that seniors with optimal levels of these micronutrients maintained 22% more muscle mass over 5 years compared to those with even mild deficiencies. Rather than relying on a standard multivitamin, Superagers often undergo micronutrient testing. This approach allows for personalized supplementation based on individual biochemical needs, preventing unnecessary intake while ensuring critical gaps are filled. This level of precision not only saves money in the long term, but significantly enhances the effectiveness of their muscle maintenance regimen. In short, what you don't see on your plate may be just as important as what you do. Micronutrients are the behind-the-scenes drivers of muscular health and resilience, and Superagers know that overlooking them can mean the difference between thriving and merely surviving in older age. Habit 4. Manage inflammation every day. Low-level chronic inflammation, known as inflammaging, is a silent threat to muscle health. It speeds up muscle breakdown, blocks anabolic signaling pathways, and interferes with recovery and performance, even in seniors who eat well and exercise regularly. Left unchecked, inflammation creates a hostile internal environment that gradually weakens the entire musculoskeletal system. Superagers treat inflammation management not as a single task, but as a comprehensive daily strategy. It starts with high-quality sleep, which serves as the body's most natural anti-inflammatory mechanism. These individuals follow a strict sleep routine, going to bed and waking up at the same time each day, and ensure a sleep-friendly environment by keeping their bedrooms cool, dark, and free from electronic light. Inconsistent or low-quality sleep can raise inflammatory markers such as interleukin-6 and high-sensitivity C-reactive protein, HSCRP, by up to 40%, weakening recovery processes. Gut health is another critical pillar. An aging gut is often less diverse in beneficial bacteria, which can lead to increased intestinal permeability or leaky gut. This condition allows inflammatory toxins to leak into the bloodstream, elevating systemic inflammation. Superagers proactively consume more than 30 types of plant foods per week, including a variety of vegetables, fruits, legumes, herbs, and whole grains. They also consume fermented foods like kefir, yogurt, sauerkraut, miso, and kimchi, which provide natural probiotics that strengthen the gut lining and enhance immune regulation. When it comes to physical activity, Superagers exercise strategically. While regular movement is essential, excessive or improperly structured exercise can increase inflammation and wear down muscle tissue. Superagers engage in mostly moderate aerobic activity, like walking, cycling, or swimming, interspersed with short bursts of high-intensity effort, just 1 to 2 times per week. This approach boosts cardiovascular fitness and stimulates muscle growth without triggering an inflammatory backlash. Nutritionally, their diets are rich in anti-inflammatory compounds. Omega-3 fatty acids from sources like salmon, sardines, flax seeds, and walnuts are consumed daily in doses of 2-3 grams. These fatty acids directly reduce levels of inflammatory cytokines in the bloodstream. Turmeric, rich in curcumin, is either cooked into meals or taken as a supplement for its potent inflammation-fighting effects. Additionally, they consume a wide range of polyphenol-rich foods, such as blueberries, spinach, green tea, and extra virgin olive oil, that help neutralize free radicals and reduce oxidative stress, a key driver of chronic inflammation. Superagers also go a step further by regularly monitoring their inflammation levels through blood tests. One of the most telling markers is high-sensitivity C-reactive protein, HSCRP. While many older adults have levels ranging from 3.0 to 5.0 mgl, indicating chronic low-grade inflammation, superagers typically maintain readings below 1.0 mgl, reflecting a body in balance and capable of optimal muscle repair and preservation. By addressing inflammation on all fronts, sleep, gut health, exercise, diet, and medical testing, superagers create a physiological environment where muscles can thrive, repair, and stay strong well into advanced age. They don't just reduce inflammation, they outsmart it daily. Habit 5. Optimize vitamin D levels. Vitamin D, often dubbed the muscle vitamin, is a foundational nutrient for preserving physical strength, balance, and motor coordination in older adults. Its influence extends beyond bone health, playing a key role in activating muscle-regenerating genes and enhancing fast-twitch muscle fibers responsible for reaction time and fall prevention. Despite its importance, research indicates that approximately 80% of seniors have insufficient levels of vitamin D, putting them at increased risk of muscle weakness, frailty, and even cognitive decline. A landmark study published in JAMA Internal Medicine revealed that seniors with optimal vitamin D levels demonstrated 25% greater muscle strength and improved reflexes compared to those with deficiencies. Adequate vitamin D also supports immune function and may reduce inflammation, further aiding muscle preservation. Unfortunately, the body's natural ability to synthesize vitamin D declines with age. By the time someone reaches 65, their skin produces about 50% less vitamin D from sun exposure compared to when they were younger. Compounding this issue is the fact that most older adults spend more time indoors, reducing the opportunity for sunlight-driven synthesis even further. While the standard dietary recommendation for vitamin D hovers around 600 IU per day, this is often insufficient for those over 60. Superagers typically aim for 2,000 to 4,000 IU daily to achieve and maintain serum blood levels above 40 ng/ml, the range associated with optimal muscle and bone health. However, vitamin D should never be taken in isolation. Its biological effects are closely linked to vitamin K2, a nutrient responsible for directing calcium to the bones and away from soft tissues like the arteries. Without adequate vitamin K2, high doses of vitamin D can inadvertently lead to arterial calcification, increasing the risk of cardiovascular issues. Superagers are mindful of this synergy and ensure that their supplementation includes both nutrients, or they consume K2-rich foods such as natto, grass-fed dairy, and organ meats. To reach and maintain healthy vitamin D levels, superagers rely on a combination of smart sun exposure, diet, and supplementation. They aim for 15-20 minutes of direct midday sunlight on bare skin, without sunscreen, several times per week when possible, depending on skin type and location. Their diets often include fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines, as well as egg yolks and vitamin D-fortified foods such as milk, orange juice, and cereals. Many also undergo regular blood testing to track their vitamin D status and adjust their supplementation accordingly. This proactive, individualized approach helps them avoid both deficiency and toxicity, ensuring they maintain the strong, responsive muscles needed to live actively and independently as they age. By optimizing their vitamin D levels and understanding how it interacts with other key nutrients, superagers take a major step toward preserving mobility, preventing falls, and extending their physical autonomy well into later life. Habit 6. Strategy for protein timing. As we age, our muscles become less responsive to protein, a phenomenon called anabolic resistance. Most seniors unknowingly sabotage muscle retention by consuming the bulk of their protein at dinner. Superagers spread their protein intake evenly throughout the day, targeting 25-30 grams of high-quality protein at each meal. This might include eggs or yogurt at breakfast, beans or lean meat at lunch, and fish or legumes at dinner. Research from the University of Texas found that this strategy boosts muscle protein synthesis by 25% in just 12 weeks. Participants added an average of 1.2 pounds of muscle without changing any other lifestyle habits. Habit 7. Hormetic stress. Superagers engage in a surprising strategy. They deliberately expose themselves to short bursts of healthy stress, a concept known as hormesis. This activates cellular repair systems that rejuvenate muscle function. Temperature variation is one key hormetic stressor. Short cold showers or cold plunges stimulate brown fat, boost mitochondria, and release adiponectin, a muscle-protecting hormone. Meanwhile, saunas or hot baths induce heat shock proteins, which repair muscle tissue. Long-term sauna use, 4-7 times weekly, has been linked to 40% less muscle loss. Another method is intermittent fasting, where food is consumed within a tight 8-10 hour window. This elevates muscle mitochondria activity by up to 10% within 3 months, even without calorie reduction. Lastly, Superagers practice overcoming isometrics, brief but maximal effort exercises like pushing against immovable objects. These activate muscle fibers intensely without stressing the joints. Crucially, these stressors are effective only when brief and followed by adequate recovery. Gradual exposure helps the body adapt, strengthening muscles and activating longevity genes like FOXO and sirtuins. The journey to preserving strength and independence into our 80s and beyond is not determined by genetics alone, but by the daily habits we choose. The science-backed strategies practiced by Superagers prove that muscle loss and physical decline are not inevitable parts of aging. They're challenges we can meet head-on with knowledge and consistent effort. By embracing progressive resistance training, protecting neuromuscular connections, ensuring optimal nutrient intake, managing inflammation, maintaining adequate vitamin D levels, distributing protein intelligently, and applying beneficial stress through hormesis, we can actively shape our health span. Whether you're starting in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, it's never too late to implement these transformative habits. Begin with one, build momentum, and watch your vitality grow. Your future self will thank you for the strength, balance, and independence you chose to preserve today.